This time, we're going to talk about the death of SEO. You know, there are certain categories inside the tourism segment that will never rank, no matter what your web designer told you. And that's what we're going to talk about next. If you own a tourism-related business inside certain categories, Google will never rank you, no matter what. Now, these categories include things like airlines, hotels, restaurants, and even tourist attractions. Now, that's not to say you won't rank for the name of your business, but you're not going to rank for that category. For our first experiment, what we want to look up is boutique hotels in London, England. And the first four results, of course, are ads. The second group is called the 3-pack, which is associated with the map up here. And I'll tell you about that map in just a moment. Then comes Boutique Hotels London, TripAdvisor, Telegraph, the newspaper, Tablet Hotels, Expedia, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Great and Small Hotels, C-In Traveler, SLH.com. On the second page, you'll find also no actual hotels are listed. About.com, tripandleisure.com, Design Hotels, Lonely Planet, The Guardian. And so there are no hotels listed if you look for boutique hotels in London, England. A minute ago, I said I wanted to come back to those maps that are in the search results. When Google first introduced maps into the SERPs, it was done as a way to promote Google+. And now that Google Plus is more or less expired, Google is still using the maps, and I want to show you how. If you were watching carefully, you would have noticed a few minutes ago I did a search for hotels in Las Vegas. For this example, I wanted to come back to that, and at the top, those ads we've been talking about. Down below that, the 3-pack. But what we're interested in right now is the map. And if we click on the map, you'll find going down the left-hand side are quite a few organic returns. You can get into these without having to rank number 1 in Google's other search. Remember, you can't really rank there because that's set aside for TripAdvisor and so forth. Over on the map, let's click one at random. Stratosphere Casino Hotel and Tower. I've been there. You'll notice just below that a ranking of 3.5 stars. This is being pulled from Google's G+ page. So you still want to go over there and make sure your business is there. And in fact, it's worth getting folks to come off of your website or by email or people in your business. Have them go ahead and do a review for you if you don't mind. It's worth it. That's where it's going to show up. Down below that, Google hasn't given up on making money. They've sold opportunities for folks to book off the search page. And if we click on more, that's exactly what you're going to get, quite a bit more. But you see something kind of interesting here. You can book directly from inside your search page. It's very important that you go to Google Settings and make sure your business is listed inside Google. You also want to go to Google Maps and make sure your business is listed in Google Maps. If you haven't done that, obviously you're not going to show up here. Over the years, I've heard virtually every promise a web designer can make. And if a web designer has told you you can rank number 1 in one of these categories, watch this. For my next search, I wanted to get so specific, Google could not possibly be confused about what I was looking for. And so I searched for the website for the most romantic Italian restaurant in Chicago, USA. Now, there's no way all the doctors and engineers at Google writing these programs can be confused about what I'm looking for, right? You would think they would show me the website. Of course, course, the first two are ads, which we would expect, then the 3-pack. Now we're getting into the actual search results. Yelp.com is a mostly restaurant review site. TripAdvisor, The Thrillist, Gaia is a restaurant review site. They're the next two. 10best.com, timeout.com, Zygot again. Once again, no restaurants. CBS Local, Michigan Mag, and so we'll look on the second page and see if there's a restaurant there. Once again, it starts off NBC Chicago, then Metro Mix. I want to come back to this particular one in just a moment. Travel tips, Serious Seats, they want to book a table. So does an Open Table. They want you to go with them. Fairfield Suites Chicago is actually timeshare, and the Magnificent Mile is not a restaurant. Dining Chicago, once again, they want to do reservations for you. Honest and Truly is a review site. Now, let's come back to the 3 most romantic restaurants in Chicago. What this actually is a blog, and most of the time, and I can't prove this absolutely, but most of the time you can buy reviews on these blogs. And since these 3 restaurants are all right next to each other, and they're all Italian restaurants in the exact same complex, my assumption is they're owned by the same fellow, probably share one kitchen, and they bought this particular review. Now, by the way, there's nothing stopping you from doing that for your tourist-related business too. The point of all this is not to depress you. I just want you to have a realistic view of what can happen if you're in one of these tourism-related categories. You are going to have to spend a little money to make your phone ring. And like anything else in business, you do have to spend money to make money. Now, if you have a website or you want to build a website in one of these categories, it's very important that you do research first. Do keyword research before you buy a domain name, and certainly before you build a website. That's going to do it for this lecture. Coming up next time, it is Section 3, Lecture 13, and it's a good one. This is all about analytics and helping you understand your website. So I will see you soon. Bye-bye.